Hello! In the second part of the SIT preparation series, we'll be looking at the topic of different ways to access Synology Surveillance Station. After watching this video, you will know advantages of Surveillance Station client, benefits of using Synology VisualStation, and system requirements for client PCs. As always, we start with the theory part before a short practical part follows. Let's get started. In general, it can be said that most applications and services are supported on the NVR local display, VS360HD or VS960HD, and browser. When viewing the local display in VisualStations, there are the following limitations. Client-side fisheye equalization is impossible. No live use analysis and no smart search can be performed. So why are these features only available if you have Surveillance Station client installed on your PC? As you are probably guessing, Surveillance Station client borrows system resources from the PC for these applications. In this list you can see the live performance view for Surveillance Station client when the 7th generation Intel i7 processor is used. You can view up to 800 frames per second in live view at 1080p resolutions. On 7th generation i5 at 700 frames per second, and on i3 it is available up to 200 frames per second. With GPU acceleration, the graphics card of the client PC is used to relieve the CPU. This not only increases the performance, but also provides streams more smoothly. Please note that the following if you want to use the GPU acceleration. You must have at least Windows 7 on your client PC. The GPU must support DirectX video acceleration. The decoding performance of the integrated GPU is not less than that of the dedicated graphics card, and therefore it is recommended to test the integrated GPU first. Here you can see how to detect the GPU accelerated stream. Now I'll show you how to access different installations in Surveillance Station client. You can either browse your history or search the NVR on your local subnet. An important note here is that the client and the Surveillance Station installed must be of the identical versions. A tip for you, it is to use a portable version. Under the tab Further Settings, you can define a default path for downloads. You can also configure the startup behavior here. For example, you can configure how an auto login is performed when Surveillance client starts. Especially during the installation phase, it is recommended to show the resource monitor. This gives you a simple overview of the resource consumption. If the performance is unexpectedly poor, we recommend that you check your antivirus software, as in some cases it may slow you down. The GPU acceleration on the client can be easily configured. Simply click on the gear wheel and select the GPU acceleration tab. In the Smart Search, you can then search for software analysis by camera and day. For example, you can individually and quickly search through all motion detections of day X and camera Y. That's all for the access possibilities. In this video, you got to know the advantages of the respective access possibilities. Continue with part 3, which introduces the topic of device licensing and the integration of cameras.